As a psychic angel messenger and angelic spirit channeler, I do talk to angels all day. And some people might wonder about angel sex. Some people say angels don't have sex with people that they used to. I am reincarnated. I'm the reincarnated Queen of Egypt. So obviously I can have sex with angels. I do have sex with angels. My son from that time period is Jay-Z. So there's lots of people who are reincarnated. If you are reincarnated and you had angelic husbands a long time ago, you'll still have them when you're reincarnated. And you'll still have sex with them. They'll come over as an energy being and have sex with you. I don't know if they have sex with everybody or not, but sometimes I think they do, and people just don't talk about it. But that makes sense if you're reincarnated and that you're really old. Then you definitely can be married to angels and have sex with them. So my mom is Venus reincarnated. She's an Egyptian goddess. She doesn't talk about herself. She says, why should she have to when I talk enough for everybody? She was reincarnated before, and she was the Queen Aphrodite in Egypt. Her statues look just like she did when she was young. My mom's not an attractive woman. She has a real manly looking body and face. And her statues from back then still look just like her. She's a real amazing woman. She's really kind. When anything bad happens, she can't understand why it happened. When Princess Diana died, she couldn't understand why somebody would follow her around. That's really tacky and tasteless to follow somebody around all the time. When 9/11 happened, she couldn't comprehend why somebody would do that to a bunch of people. I can comprehend all that. When Tanya Harding had her accident, right after that I told my mom that it was the other ice skater. My mom didn't believe me. Right after 9/11 happened, I told her that it was terrorists, and she didn't believe me. She thought that the pilots just had an accident. So I don't know who's the better psychic, me or her. I thought terrorists did it. She thought the pilots did it. And now I think that she was right, that the pilots did do it. Pilots famously hate people. Pilots know everybody's business. Sometimes pilots are from poor families and they work really hard to be able to get their jobs. and then they finally get their dream job of flying a plane, and it doesn't pay very well. And then they see a bunch of people that are really rich, and they know everybody's business because they fly everybody all around, and they really get to see life differently. So pilots famously don't like the things they learn. So I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of fed up pilots got together and said that they were sick of rich people. They were sick of the horrible things that they seen that they did to other people, and decided to crash their planes into things. Pilots are still crashing their planes into things. So, like I tell everybody, it does seem kind of strange. So my mom might have been right from day one. My sister is a reincarnated linebacker, a reincarnated Green Bay Packer linebacker, and she lives with my mom. My daughter, who's Princess Diana reincarnated, she's she's really tomboyish, and she always has been, and she's into hunting and fishing and that kind of thing. I already told her that she would be fine, and then at some point during her life she'd go through the reincarnation process. And I didn't want her to be embarrassed, so I told her who she was before she went through the reincarnation process. I told all my kids who they were before they went through the reincarnation process. Some people are really horrible people who are reincarnated. My grandma Sandy is a reincarnated Queen of England, and people from England who are reincarnated act different than people from Egypt who are reincarnated. She's really general, like she doesn't like anybody to look good. She likes everybody to look ugly. I think everybody. I think the end part of the Christian book is about reincarnation. I think everybody in America is reincarnated. and everybody doesn't want anybody talking about it because some people are horrified at who they are. I think that girl from the Addams Family is Lisa Borden, the girl that killed her parents with an axe. So some people are people like that are reincarnated. My grandma, who's an old Queen of England reincarnated, she has these famous artist friends of hers that come over, and I think they make art about her problems. They make a famous calendar and that kind of stuff. So since I am reincarnated, I know all about art. One day they were over at her house, and her artist friends came over, and I dressed up like a prostitute, and I brought a huge book on prostitutes, and sat down at her kitchen table, and opened up the book and started smoking. Because I know in the art world they like using prostitutes in their artwork, so then everybody can see all the best dick suckers in hand painted portraits for 10,000 years. So I do like to entertain my family. Uriel, the archangel, said if he was reincarnated, he would look as cool as me. I wouldn't be surprised if he was running around saying he was Uriel, the archangel, reincarnated. Everybody might say they didn't care, but he's a really amazing archangel. So he's not a real famous archangel either. Most people don't even know about him. And he's also the Egyptian god of the sun. He was reincarnated in Rome once, and he was a gladiator, and his wife was the Queen of the Nile. He told me it's embarrassing to ever do anything but walk. So I think the senator that was shot in the face was Sarah from the Bible, the one that the Egyptian king tried to marry. So that's really common to be reincarnated. If you are reincarnated, it's important to think that it might be kind of embarrassing if Jesus got reincarnated and went to law school and was a lawyer, because then you have literature about him, and then he gets reincarnated. He's a lawyer. So everybody knows that Jay-Z is King Tut, and what he did isn't embarrassing. My sister's a reincarnated linebacker, and she works at a gas station. That's not embarrassing. I'm a psychic angel messenger, angelic spirit channeler, and I'm the reincarnated queen of Egypt. And I spend all my time trying to sue doctors for religious rights and gather evidence. So that isn't stupid either. I want them to say the correct things on the paperwork and not make up stuff. If I say I'm a reincarnated queen of Egypt, the reincarnated queen of Egypt, there's only one. And a psychic angel messenger and angelic spirit channeler. I want them to put that on my paperwork. I don't want them to put up made up stuff. I don't want them to put made up stuff on there. I'm also part Native American, so being a psychic angel messenger angelic spirit channeler isn't anything new. I think all Native Americans are into that kind of stuff. I'm already seeing how boring it is to be an angel or Yahweh. An angel did tell me yesterday that police officers in Rockford arrested an innocent girl for prostitution just to see how she would act and what she would do and how everybody else would act as a science experiment. And the angel was really upset. He said he hated Rockford. And So that's pretty horrible to ruin someone's life as a science experiment to see what they do.